Hello, ladies. Hello. We're just gonna settle in with a little bit of tunes. Can you hear the music? Yeah, perfect.
One of my favorite song of yours.
Love it. And just waiting for maybe one or two of the others as well to join. Make sure you have a cup of tea or some water with you. Awesome. What a good groove, eh? That it's only like 1 minute 40 minutes, 1 minute 40.
It's only 1 minute?
And 40.
Sorry. Oh,
But yes, welcome, welcome.
thank you.
How are we doing? How was this week?
Quite
Aurora,
full. Yeah.
yeah. Do you want to share a little bit where you're at right now? Aurora? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sure. Quite full in a good way though. A lot of admin, but almost like for me, admin is usually quite tense and like feeling quite like a lot of pressure. This time
Mm.
I felt like I was purposefully leaning into getting like more spaciousness within those feelings. So that
Within the
felt great for
task
me.
or within the feelings?
Both.
Okay. How did it go?
That felt great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like progress towards making, yeah, creating space for myself, like spaciousness for myself.
Yeah. Love that.
What
Yeah,
about
it's nice. It's
you?
nice when you can get into these tedious tasks that we normally have so much resistance towards in a new, playful, and even more like just present way
Mm.
of just doing the task. Like no need to attach like this huge energy or story to it and try to just be present with it and do it, right? But
Mm.
it's not easy. It's surely
I
not easy.
I was definitely noticing some of this, how you talk about the stories that we have in our mind. I was noticing some of them coming to
Yeah.
me, and then, um, like when I would notice them, it really helped to kind of, yeah, be present with it and then shift to a different story.
Yeah. Nice. Love that. And that is, yeah, that is definitely, well, we touched upon that already in the Flip It, the Flip It Friday, which was what, Flip It Wednesday this time. But getting more into it in the end of the 30 days. But yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. How about you, Parima? Nice to have you here, by the way. I'm glad to see you. And I'm happy that you managed to get around. Yeah, finding your way into the challenge, actually. There was some hiccups, right?
Yes, yes. I don't know what happened, but I thought I couldn't access it. So then I found that I could. So it was great. So I've been enjoying it very much. And yeah, so yeah, very nice today. have something to celebrate as well. I did a life coaching course last year, 6 month course, and the coursework was pending, and I submitted the final coursework today, so
Mm.
be happy about it.
Yes, nice.
Well done.
Yeah. Who did you do your training with?
For Evolve Coaching,
Say it again.
Evolve Coaching,
Evolve
uh,
Coaching?
yeah,
Yeah.
Evolve Life
Okay.
Coaching. It's a company in London.
Okay, nice. And was it a good experience?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Nice. Awesome. All right. So, yeah, for this call today, I just invite us to be open and real, to share whatever is present in our lives kind of thing. Obviously, like you've both done like all of the days already from this week. Again, we don't have to talk specifically about anything that was present within the experience so far, but I would still love to hear what was, yeah, maybe what was landing mm, the strongest and what came up for you as you went through the different challenges, through the different things. So, and then we take the conversation from there. Who would like to start? Uparima?
Yes, I suppose one of the most enjoyable days was the um, shake it, shake it off.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah, it was nice to really dance to that tune, and I was really inspired by Aurora's great dance moves. And like,
I was like, wait, what?
yeah, that was really cool.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
I couldn't get myself to do it, but 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 it was good. I did dance, and yeah, so I love dancing, and I want to incorporate that into every day if possible. So this was a good start. So I'm looking forward to. I played that tune for my daughter as well,
Oh,
and
nice.
we're moving a little bit, and yeah, and then I really enjoyed today's one as well about confidence.
Mhm.
Because sometimes we feel, we forget all the stuff we can do, and then we just, uh, it's thinking about what we can't do and why we are not moving ahead. But the reality is, we have moved ahead and we are so capable, but we just forget those things and we just remember the things that are not so positive.
Yeah.
So it was really good. I filled up a lot of pages. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, all the things I'm confident
Oh,
about.
wow. That's
Yeah. And then I wrote a poem on it as well. So
You
maybe
wrote a
I'll publish.
poem.
Yes.
Ah. Are you gonna share it with us?
Oh my God. Maybe I'll take some inspiration from Aurora and share it. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's kind of the answer to your questions. What is confidence to you?
Hmm.
Where are you confident? And where are you not confident? So this is what I wrote. I didn't correct it or anything, so it's probably
No
not very
worries.
good.
Real
But
and raw. That's how I invited you to show up, right? So,
okay. Confidence, knowing you can do it with a smile. Confident the sun will come up after it goes down. The bluebells will rise again after winter. Confidence that I can rise again after each and every fall. Bloom again after a long winter spell. Confidence my dreams are worthy of coming true. Confident my true self will shine through all the pain and grind. Confident that my light will shine no matter what. confident that the truth and love will win in the end.
I love it. Let's share some sparkles.
Thank you.
I love it. And I love the no matter what, right? Like that trust in ourselves when we start recognizing that how far we've already come, even though in this very present moment it might not appear like this because all we focus and reference it by is like where we wish we would be. And then seeing back and seeing, okay, what we've all like all the things we've achieved, all the confidence we've already portrayed, all the resilience we've already um embodied knowingly or unknowingly, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us being strong enough and confident enough to get through things. So I love that. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you. Yes. Talking about confidence, hey? Sharing your real raw thoughts, little poem in even though a small room, but in front of almost strangers, right? We haven't met so much. So thank you for the trust. Aurora, what about you?
First of all, I loved your poem very much. Thank you for sharing it with us. Resonated with me quite deeply. Thank you. For me this week, somehow the victim, was it the flip it? Yeah, the flip it day. The like for me to notice where that victim mode can sometimes sneak in. It can be so sneaky.
It is super sneaky.
So that one has been a really big one for me to be more like the more I'm able to be present with myself, the more I can see myself noticing it when it happens. And sometimes I'm shocked myself.
Mm. Shocked in the sense of,
That I did not realize I was placing myself as a victim to myself in my head,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm. And but it's great. It felt great for me to notice it because the more I notice it, the more I can shift it.
Mhm. Yeah. And when are the moments that you notice it, or kind of like what makes you become aware of it?
What makes me become aware of it? I'm not so sure. I feel maybe just the fact of being more present, so practicing more presence in general.
And being aware of the fact that dynamic is something that exists, right?
Mm,
And just reflecting,
yes,
like subconsciously reflecting back on like, okay, what role am I currently actually playing?
yes.
And being real, radically honest with ourselves as well, to see
Mm.
and notice it.
Actually, something that now it just came to my mind when I did the it was 3 day plus a bonus day time to rise summit with
Mhm.
Tony Robbins. The way that there were quite a few of his stories that I could relate to, and the way he talked about it was so beautiful, and it got me thinking about how can I tell my own stories in my head differently to myself.
Mhm.
Not
In
that
our
I
own. Mhm.
usually like talk about it so much, but to myself. I
Mhm.
think that would be a huge one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's so interesting, no, how we, yeah, outwardly we might not say it like this, but inwardly we talk to ourselves in that as that victim, in that victim role
Mm.
sometimes. And but then again, it's like becoming aware of it, pausing, taking a breath, and instead of like creating resistance and shame and blame, to move into that, what we've also looked at or experienced in the 5 Hours per Breakfast challenge, to create that acceptance, move into compassion with that part or whatever it is that we're experiencing, softening into it, letting
Mm.
it go, and then moving forward with a new way, with a new way of seeing it, with a new way of choosing to move into it, move through it. And then again, not getting mad at ourselves if it doesn't work right away. Because it might take a few rounds for us to actually really unlock it and just stay present with that. And just it's just like a muscle as well. We need to train it. And every now and then there is a lucky shot and it just clicks in the moment and it just flips it immediately and it's just never going to be as it was before. But not that's not the rule, not the norm, right? So for most of these things, it takes some time. It takes some practice and awareness to continuously choose that. Do you have an
Mm.
example of how Tony talked about it in the sense of like how to flip it
Um,
that was landing strongly for you?
the way that he would speak about certain facts, like he would just say the facts, and then after that he would also say, this is what made me who I am today. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that. And I'm not blaming or shaming that person for what happened. Mm.
That person as like another person?
Person
Or
or a situation
okay, yeah.
or something that had a huge impact on him. Um, yeah, I love how he is able to just talk about it
Mhm.
openly, state it as it was, and then use it as a fuel
Mhm.
for who he is now, to show us who he has become thanks to those, like the meal example. So how now he's able to give, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Feeding America or something.
Mhm.
It came from such a touching story of um his dad getting very upset the one day when somebody tried to give them food for Christmas.
Mhm.
And on that day, his dad left the house um, and left him, but he used that as a fuel to make something amazing out of it and now to give back to the world. Yeah, that one story touched me a lot. And but yeah, there were just so many stories that he was able to share, like very challenging moments that he's lived.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, do it, he was able to share it in a very graceful way, to share it all in very graceful ways. I loved that.
Was there something that you were able to see the parallel to your own life immediately, like something that strongly came up for you?
Yes.
Do you want to share?
um,
And no is also an option.
I guess maybe mm, how he's like household life situations, like being in a very challenging household situation has helped him become who he is, help him do a lot of research on how to grow himself as a person,
Yeah.
become a different person than the family
Yeah,
that
you
he
would.
came from.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I would say there was a lot of different pieces, but in overall, just kind of rewriting the new generations. I love how he
Which you're
did that.
already also doing, right? In so many ways, like seeing what has been the facts for your parents and their situation and how they navigated and handled things, and then how it felt on your end. And now seeing to use compassion and forgiveness to also understand their, like, why they did what they did, and then making new choices for the future, for the people that you are going to be in relationship with, or offspring that you're going to be growing, and people that are going to be following you in whatever way, shape, or form that you meet on your journey. So yeah, I love that. And then also it
Mm.
speaks so much to that, to the gratitude piece of every present moment is a gift, in not even in disguise, right? Like every present moment is a gift. The question is, are we willing to choose to open it, or and see, look what's inside and see, look at for the gold, or are we just putting it aside and ignoring it, or even condemn it, burn it right away before we even open it, and then missing the gold. So love that. Cool. Thank you very much for that share, Aurora.
Thank you.
Um, And then we already touched a little bit on it, but what was maybe something that was a little bit challenging or uncomfortably revealing in some ways? Uparima already shared, like, yeah, the dancing, even though it felt great and I love the tunes, I love dancing, but then when I saw Aurora share her video in the chat, there was a part of you that felt, or at least that's how it sounded, a part of you that felt like, ooh, maybe I should do that too, or could I do that too? But then a moment of like, nope, not yet. And that's totally fine, right? There's no judge. Well, there is judgment. There's always judgment. There's nothing wrong with judgment. But yeah, what was happening inside in that moment, for example, for you, Parima, and Aurora, maybe there was also another something there for you, maybe even in that, right? Yeah, what was happening for you in that moment? Not necessarily the dancing, maybe there was something else that came up. Do you want to share, Aurora?
Um, yeah, it felt to be able to realize to think it resonates also with what was shared earlier with I remember when I was dancing and I was filming and I was like, oh no, like I don't have something to put the camera on it. And I was like, oh, and this is like I don't like this piece, or I would rather redo that piece. And I was like, oh, whatever. I just kind of said it anyway. Doesn't matter. And I felt a lot of freedom in that. Um, but also remembering how it, like, yeah, maybe like a year ago, like it would have been unthinkable to post myself dancing on social media. It's just it was just not me because I wasn't that person, and now I'm a completely different person.
Or was she
Thanks to
just
Bobby.
hidden? Was she just hidden behind a wall of maybe shame and blame from other people before that might have or might not have? But moments of shutting down, of like you shouldn't be so, yeah, you shouldn't be so confident. You shouldn't be just dancing around, like sit still, confine yourself. That's not what nice girls do, right? Like good girls are sitting calmly, they behave, they don't move, they don't.
Mm.
So, is it really that you've become a completely new person, or is it that you started unleashing the version of you that was already always there and was just
Mm.
forgotten and not fully owned?
Wow. Now that you're saying that, it's reminding me of a moment when I was young. I remember my granddad used to say to my parents, "Oh, why is she moving around like this? Like, why can't she just sit down and be quiet?" Um, and I remember my mom taking she was like, "No, she's just a child." But I think somehow, maybe unconsciously, that might play and might have played in the past in the um as a voice to say, because the way you said it just now, it was like, yeah, it, it sounded very similar
Yeah.
to that experience. Wow.
And I'm sure there were other moments as well where he maybe didn't say it in front of you, but like the energy, we pick up, like you're also such a sensitive human. Like you pick up on this energy of like annoyance and discontentment and
Mm.
agitation when you would be very active and maybe joyful around him, and he not being able to take that or to allow that part of himself, so he would judge it, right? That's what we do
Mm.
when we reflect, when we see something in somebody else. And that's really also where that judgment piece comes in. When we judge something in someone else, there's oftentimes a piece of us that we see in the other, but that we have completely put aside or put away because we were not allowed to express that.
Mm.
And so now we must judge it in the other because they have it and we don't. And we deep down, even though the ego might not be aware of that, but deep down, there's a part of us that also would like to have that freedom to play like this, to have that, maybe even the money or just the confidence to show up boldly and move whenever it feels like moving. And yet, because I was judged for doing that and I put it away, now I can't express it. So I need to judge it in the other as well. But it's oftentimes so unconscious that it's not even, yeah, we don't even realize it. So I
Mm.
definitely invite you to play with that a little bit as well, to see when someone else does something that irritates you or triggers you in whatever way, is there a piece of you that maybe deep down would like to be able to express that as well?
Mm.
And that's pretty interesting to do with light stuff. It is a little bit harder when it gets to the really heavy type of thing. Like when we get political and humanitarian, kind of like in that sense, it gets a little bit harder, but it's still a beautiful exploration to do, to just see, okay, what is it deep inside of me that's actually triggered or that wants to be expressed from that.
Mm. So much to think about. Mm.
Not to think about, just allow the seed to sprout and just keep it in the back of your mind and your awareness somewhere, and you'll see things will start, yeah, things will start popping up naturally. Yeah. But it's really something, it's like it can be one word or something that somebody said once that just, for whatever reason, in that very moment, we were so imprintable that that just stuck to our programming.
Mm.
And now it's just facts, right? It's just, I'm just a quiet person. I'm just somebody that doesn't move very much. Or is it? Right?
Mm.
And there's no right or wrong, but it's just, yeah, become aware of what it is. Maybe it is that you're just very calm and composed, and that's just who you are and who you've always been. But maybe there was a very active child, somebody that that was confident to express herself and to move whenever she felt like moving and to perform whenever she felt like performing and not worrying about what she was wearing when she was being um, put on the spot or when she put herself on the spot as well, right?
Mm.
So,
No, thanks. Thank you.
mm, yeah. It's funny how sometimes just one little reminder all of a sudden like brings up these old memories that were never actually conscious.
Yes, so true.
Mm. Well, Parima, what are you hearing? And what was it maybe for you that was challenging?
Yes, I was I want to be more in control of my emotions,
Mm.
and it's something I really want, but sometimes it's not as easily achieved as wished for. So, but I have noticed I'm becoming more aware of how I interact with people, and at least so that's I feel it's a start. So, if I'm aware of myself, then I can take some steps to kind of adjust it as well. So, so I've been listening to all these folks. There's this guy called Chase Hughes, very good with people and how to like you know uh, read people and how not to get sucked into arguments, etc. So I've been trying to put that into practice, but sometimes maybe the old habits come. And just like Aurora, I did the Tony Robbins like 4 days as well. And
Mm.
I joined his Rise Up Challenge. So I'm doing it at the same time. So it's a lot of stuff going on. So, I mean, he's saying one way of dealing with it is to um, uh, interrupt the pattern.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's not easy to do it yourself. I mean, somebody's watching me and then they're like, okay, you're going there again. Maybe you should be interrupted. But I find that maybe I can starting to watch myself, starting to be aware of how I'm acting with people. So maybe it's the beginning, and maybe I could just flip it and become that, not the victim of my emotions,
Yeah.
but be on top of it. So,
Yeah.
feeling very positive, very hopeful, and yeah, fingers crossed I could get some real changes to and come about. Yeah. Thank you.
No need to cross your fingers. Just no matter what, right? You know that you are ascending, you know that you're moving forward, that you're moving upward in consciousness and wisdom and awareness. And we're actually going into emotional intelligence, I think week 3. I think it is more or less like week 3 we tap into that part as well. I think that's gonna be very interesting for you. And it is like you said, like the beginning of change is that awareness. And then just again, like practicing that muscle of each time you become aware, even though it's already way too late because you've already acted out your emotion and you already don't feel good about it, especially as soon as you start becoming aware of it. It's like, fuck, now I acted like this again. It's like, why did I do that again? I don't want to do that again. To then again move into that compassion piece, right? Once you've noticed it, accept it and immediately go into that self-compassion. It's like, okay, I've noticed it, I'm present. That's already great. And then starting to move into a way of anticipating what's going to happen. So next time when you end up in a similar situation, you already have a mental strategy, you have a mental picture of how you choose to feel or how you choose to respond in a situation like this. Because oftentimes these patterns come in relationship with people that we've developed this pattern over many, many interactions already, right? So it's so in like it's just it happens immediately. But the more we can become aware of it when it happens, I always see like it's every time you become aware of it, you move it a little bit closer to your actual present moment, to the moment when you really realize it and you notice it as soon as you act it, and you continue training that muscle of how you choose to feel, how you choose to respond and feel in a certain situation, and you move into the the future, the past. Now I'm a little bit confused with my timeline, but before the event actually happens, you start sensing because your human knows the circumstances and the little subtleties in the air before that thing actually happens, before that person does what usually tends to trigger you so intensely. And so you start already changing your energy and anticipating it beforehand. And then there might still be a phase where you anticipated, you know exactly what's going to happen. You set your mind, I'm not going to react the way that I normally do. And then they do something and poof, you did it again. But again, like you've become aware and you can move more and more into that way of preventing it because you start understanding that the interaction needs something different already beforehand, right? But it's like it's a journey from acknowledging and noticing it after it already happened to then slowly, slowly moving with creative visualization, right? You can do that like an athlete trains their moves. You do that in visualizations in the evening when you anticipate a challenging situation the next day, and then go through it in your mind's eye, feel it, sense it, live it, and play it out as you wish it would go. If you were in your highest power, in your most loving, grounded way, how would you respond in that way or in that moment? And then just keep playing that and keep practicing that and see how it evolves over time. It's not easy. So that's why we have self-compassion, gratitude, and forgiveness for ourselves as well, right? To, all right, done it, clear it. Now we try again, and we try again, and we try again.
Yeah, it's like having to wash your face every morning.
Mhm.
To put on a,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess it's a new way of responding and yeah, also being feeling safe in ourselves, isn't it? We react because we don't feel safe.
yeah,
And understand that we are safe and we don't have to react
yeah.
negative way. Yeah.
We
Okay,
don't
thank
have to, but it happens, right?
you.
So keep the understanding, or let's acknowledge that fact too, that these patterns that have been built over time and like so ingrained, like these neural pathways are so strong, it takes some time to disrupt them. And yeah, so you mentioned it's not easy to interrupt the pattern by ourselves. Do you mean in the sense that you just don't know how to do it in the moment, or that it is hard to even like even become aware of when it happens?
Yeah, sometimes it's already happened before I become aware of it, already reacted.
Yeah.
So maybe it's about slowing down a little bit as well. And
Yeah. But even then, right, even when it happened, like there's still a moment to interrupt the pattern. Because usually the regular pattern, it plays itself out like to the full end until one person walks this way, the other person walks the other, some doors get slammed, some dishes get thrown, whatever it is, right? So you can already, even though it's late because you've already displayed or acted out this old pattern, but it might not have gone to the full end. And so you might notice it and then just stop interacting in that moment, stop giving fire into the conversation, and just take a moment to breathe and say, all right, I hear you, even though I don't agree, but you don't have to say that because I would put fire in like oil into the fire again. And I'm just gonna allow myself to sit with this disagreement and let it move through me and go for a walk. Like find a way to ground myself again so I can come back to this conversation with a little bit of a different energy. And then seeing if that changes also the way that the other person interacts with us. So there's so many little ways. It's a it's a gift. Or is it?
yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, so we're given these endless opportunities to learn. So we must be grateful for that.
Mhm.
So if we didn't, if nobody triggered us, then we wouldn't know how we behave when we are triggered.
Yeah.
So we are given an opportunity to be triggered and then an opportunity to not get triggered. So yeah, so until that happens, we gotta like, yeah,
Yeah, and sometimes what I also love to do is just check in with myself. When somebody comes at me with like an agitated way to see, okay, what is it in me that kind of might be sending out that vibration of agitation, right? Maybe it's actually not even them to be so agitated. Maybe it was something that I was emitting that they picked up, and that's why they're responding that way. And then me calming down my nervous system in that moment, even if it's just by taking a very subtle but deep breath, might change the energy and might give the other person also an opportunity to even just the slightest bit relax into it, to have a little bit more of a eye to eye conversation rather than trying to up the other. So, because we do pick up on each other's energy and we sense it. Maybe the brain, like the intellect, doesn't understand it. The ego might not see it. So they think, yeah, whatever they think, well, obviously you triggered something in them, so that's why they acting like this, right? But you think now that you're being triggered because they did something instead of seeing maybe, and we don't want to blame and shame ourselves for everything, but just taking responsibility that maybe there was something in my field that agitated them. Or maybe it was just something in the field that agitated them that had nothing to do with me. So I don't need to get defensive about them vomiting out some personal stuff onto onto me. And I can stay grounded within myself and just receive that. Like here, but I'm just gonna just gonna put it down, right? And now once you've vomited it out, can we have a normal conversation? Like what's the actual challenge here? What do you want from me? What do you need from me? What can I do to support you? Instead of feeling attacked and then going into defense mode, which just it's not going to work.
Yes, I hear you. I mean, I can see that my own um, maybe need for safety that is coming up when I feel attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So I am safe, that I don't need to worry that somebody's going to hurt me because, I mean, they're not. I mean, nobody who's going to attack me physically, maybe just words. And it doesn't have to, it's the meaning I give to those words, isn't it?
Yes.
Uh, it's them differently and maybe even try to look at it from their perspective, why they might be frustrated at a particular point. I mean, it's probably all their, past as well. And whereas I'm spending a lot of my time and effort trying to learn,
Like,
all these things, they're not. So I suppose I should put more compassion into it. Suppose, yeah, when we give compassion to others, we give it to ourselves as well, isn't it?
yeah, 100%. I love that. And yeah, as you said, like they have their own little inner struggles, right? That's why they're agitated. That's why they're not able to express their emotions in a better way. And it might take them some time, even though you might be able to ground yourself and ask them, hey, what is it that you actually need from me right now? They might not be able to tell you right away. They might yell at you again because that's the only way they understand, like the only way they know until now how to communicate this need of theirs. And so also that might take some time, and maybe also conversations outside of the conflict to kind of like be curious and probe with the other person of like, okay, what is it that you need, or what do you wish to receive more from me? I love when I teach acro yoga. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like acrobatics partner yoga sort of thing. So can be very playful, but also very aesthetic, beautiful way of a floor-ish based flow. Anyway, basically it's like dancing, right? But in order for the two people to manage a pose together where one person is completely supported by the other person, um, in order to find that balance, to make a pose feel effortless, like it is in yoga, right? There's always this dynamic, especially in couples, that one person, when the pose doesn't work or it doesn't feel right, it's always the blaming. It's like, you don't do this, and why do you do that all the time? And so I started teaching and sharing with people. It's like, instead of blaming the other and trying to fix your problem, the situation, through the other person, how about we try to see what they might need from us first in order to give us that stability and that safety that we need? Because maybe we are just doing this one move up there that just irritates them so much. They're trying to balance us, they're trying to do everything they can, but they can't because we're moving the whole time. And because we're moving, they're moving. And so it's just constant a disconnection. And yes, like we can blame it on the other and just tell them to, like, can you just be still? I was like, well, I am still, but you're moving. Well, I'm not moving. I'm just moving because you're moving. And when we pause and we take it apart and we ask, like, okay, what do you feel you need from me in order for you to be still, like, more solid? I just need you to move less. So can you try? So, okay, I can try to move less. And maybe you can also try to move less. And then all of a sudden, boom, solid. And it's just a one connection, and it works and it's effortless. But it needed that little pause and that piece of communication without blaming. and taking ownership for our own movement and being curious. Maybe we disagree. Maybe we are completely sure that we're absolutely not moving. We're not moving. We're just moving because the other person's moving. But maybe I can just be curious and explore to give them what they need to see if that actually also gives us what we need. So I don't know if that made at all sense if you don't know what acroyoga
No,
is.
it makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of the time, we want to always blame the other person. If they come at us, then we think, "Oh no, it's your fault," and then our mind goes into this big search. How is it their fault and not mine? And then we want to like somehow to find, "Oh yeah, you did this, and that's why it all happened. This went wrong or something." So yeah, I suppose it stems from feeling not safe or not wanting to be judged as well. Then you want to protect yourself and say, okay, no, it's not my fault. It's only your fault. And then obviously it goes downhill
Mhm.
very fast when that happens.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
is it really protection? Or is it well, yeah, it's defense, right? It's a defense mechanism, but it's not gonna lead
Yeah, attack,
necessarily to the out.
defense through attacking, maybe.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
blaming the other person.
yeah,
Oh, you moved, you
yeah.
were wrong
And
with
then
this.
we give the power away, right? When we don't take full ownership of our experience, and we cannot change the way that the other person is, but we can find ways to communicate what it is that we need and try to first and foremost give that to ourselves. Like that sense of safety, searching it or needing it from another person is more often than not just a compensation for our own neglect of creating that safety within ourselves. Obviously, you want to make sure that, like, you want to make sure you desire a relationship as well, where the other person also can give you that sense of safety. But first and foremost, you need to be the one that manages to create that for yourself. Because otherwise, you're always going to be outsourcing it. And whenever somebody doesn't make you feel safe, you're just going to blame them and give your power away. And then you need to go and find another person who can give you that safety. And so you keep going from person to find that safety and then get upset when they're not able to give you that safety all the time. And we all have lives, we all have challenges. So there will be times when I'm just not able to give you the safe space that you're looking for, when I'm not able to give you the love that you need, or the attention, or the gifts, or whatever your love language is. But can you, in that moment, be so rooted in yourself that you know that love is all around you, that you are love and that you're loved without the other person needing to give it to you all the time? Ooh, what is that? Broccoli?
It's a tree rooted in
Rooting.
myself.
Love it.
Where do you find all these things? I don't even know how to do
So
Yeah,
there is a search button in the React.
you have the React
yeah.
heart, and then you click on it, and the top row, you can go onto the three little dots. You can find all the emojis, and then they go all across the screen.
And you can also type whichever one you're looking for. That
I never
helps.
type because I never find what I'm looking for. There we go. I'm gonna give you some roses or some flowers.
What do you want? I can type something for you.
Well, Parima, what do you want to express via emojis?
I go to React, is it?
Yeah, go to React, click
I
on the
have
heart.
play time for raise hands and then recognize hand gestures.
Oh,
Hello,
hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, yes, I'm fine.
Yeah, this is Danya, my daughter.
Nice to meet you, Anya.
Oh, lovely to meet
This is
you.
my dog.
You got a dog as well?
Yes, I do.
What's his name?
Yes, I do.
Jasper.
We've got sour puppies. We've got our kid and dad. No.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, he's so fluffy.
it's like a teddy bear.
He's like a teddy bear. Oh,
Oh,
nice. So cute. And what's his name? I didn't get the name.
Jasper.
Jasper.
yes.
Mm. Nice to meet you, Jasper and Anya.
And just
Okay.
Yeah. We got it's a sour puppy.
It's still a puppy.
No, he had 7 puppies with another dog.
I had. Do you want to get rid of one? I'll take one.
Oh no. I mean they belong to the girl, not to
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't.
To the mama.
Yeah, they belong all to the mama, not the daddy. Daddy had no rights.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar to us, eh? All right. Well, is there anything else that you feel like you would like to share before we close it off with another little auditive infusion? Or are you set for today? Yeah, got some inspiration. I'm looking forward to the next week and how you're gonna experience that. Tomorrow is a beautiful exercise as well coming. This week we're moving, or this next phase, we're moving a little bit more into the taking account of what we want to create with our life, how we choose to live, and where energy is being drawn away from us, where we get energy from. So that actually speaks to quite some of the things as well that we just looked at. And the next week, the week after that, we're moving into more of the emotional intelligence piece. So I'm excited for you to explore that, experience that. Again, there is no pressure. Move at your own pace, but feel free to interact. Oh, she found the rocket. Awesome. And yeah, comment and interact on each other's shares as well in the feeds. That's always nice. And please also feel free to use the WhatsApp chat if there is a moment of inspiration or something that you feel like you would like to share with the other ladies as well. I'd appreciate that.
One last question.
Yes, please.
I mean, I have some trouble with the app when I use it on my phone. Has anybody reported that before, or is it something just to do with my phone?
What is it?
Sometimes it just disappears. Like I started to listen to you and then it goes away. So a lot of the time I use the computer or a laptop and then it works fine.
Okay.
So, but
maybe try once to just delete the app and reload the app one more time. Sometimes like that little reboot does the trick already. And if it continues to happen after that, please write it in the chat or write me directly as well. Ideally with a screenshot, or they want like little screen videos for the tech team to understand like what the actual problem was, and then I can forward it to them. Okay. But normally that shouldn't be. That's not something that I've heard before necessarily. All right, so we're gonna close it with the same, but I think I need to share the audio again. Can you hear it? All right.
yes.
So feel free to listen to it until the end. Feel free to exit the door whenever you feel complete for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And I'm looking forward to next week.
Thank you so much for today.
It's actually not the same song, but it's a nice song. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna drop that piece already. When you listen to love songs, romantic songs, or songs of fate, listen to it in a way that it speaks about the relationship you and yourself. And the song's energy. Actually, reach your arms up. Take a deep breath. And exhale, wrap your arms around you. Let's have a little cuddle. Thank you, ladies, so much. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, rest of your day, wherever you're tuning in from. Bye, Anya. See you next week.
Bye bye.